about why connection to your body is the answer to feeling good enough. So, if you guys are watching live with me this morning, please say hello. I would love to come on and say hi back to you or give you a shout out within the live video. So just let me know if you are watching this watching with me this morning or being here with me. And then if you're watching the replay, just hashtag replay and I'll make sure I come back on later and say hi to you then. So before we get started, a couple little housekeeping things. If you are watching this on Facebook this morning, I would encourage you to head on over to my YouTube channel where there's over 200 videos that have to do with my self-love at any size method, which is just empowering women to accept and respect their bodies through my proven methods that disrupt diet culture and just bring you back to connection to your body through all these different avenues like meditation, mindfulness, chakra healing, body image work, all this awesome stuff. So on my channel, you will find all of the videos that I do along with interviews with other like-minded women and some yoga practices and meditations on there as well. And then if you are not in this community already, I have a community called Self-Love at Any Size, Accept and Respect Your Body. And this is the community where we share all of that. It is a space where we can connect with each other, empower each other, and inspire each other on our journeys to self-love and on our journeys to accepting and respecting our bodies. So feel free to add yourself to that group. We would love to welcome you into that space. And then one more thing before we get started is I am currently 4th place in the Yoga Warrior competition, and I'd be so grateful and appreciate your daily vote. You can vote every day. First round ends, is it tomorrow or the next day? Thursday. First round ends on Thursday, so then I'll know if I go on to the next round. So I would appreciate your daily vote. For this little competition that I've entered. It's super exciting. And I think the link to vote is in the description of the video. So you can just click on there and be taken to the voting page. Okay, so that is all the little housekeeping things we needed to talk about first. So now we can get into the good stuff. So why connection to your body is the answer to feeling good enough. So let me know in the comments or think about this for yourself first. If you ever have these feelings of not feeling good enough, if you feel you kind of have that self-hate for your body, your eating habits feel toxic, like you yo-yo diet or stuff like that, and you just don't feel like you're living life as you're supposed to. You kind of feel like you're going through life, but just not actually living it. So if any of those things resonate with you, this video is for you today. So this is really such an important part of the work that I do with my clients, is really to bring back that connection. And what I think I didn't realize before I went on my own journey to this, and this was my before, is I was so disconnected from my body. I felt I was just doing things because that was what was expected of me. That was what I was supposed to do. So I was listening to these external voices that would tell me, go on this diet, do this exercise, and then you're going to be happy and worthy and valuable because you've done what we've told you to do and you've, become successful. Or it's even going to college. I did go to college. However, I feel, there's this pressure to feel like the only way to be successful in life is to go to school for X amount of years. And if that's your path and that lights you up, then I love that. But that's not for everybody too, right? So really, I feel like a lot of my life, it was a constant disconnect from myself, from my true self. And that's the journey that I have gone on. And so if you feel like any of these things that I've said resonates with you, then we do need to work on bringing connection back to your body and to yourself, right? So what I wanted to share today is just 3-4 different ways that we can start to bring connection back to our body and how that's going to help us to feel good enough. So the first thing, and the thing that really started my journey of really coming back to my body and connecting to my body, was yoga. And yoga doesn't have to be for you. That's okay. But the point of this is connecting to mindful movement. And so what that means is mindful movement is that practice that you actually enjoy doing. It's that movement that, makes you excited to be able to do it every day. That could be just walking, that could be running, that could be bike riding, that could be yoga, that could be, there's so many different types and forms of movement that we can do. And I think the biggest piece of advice I could offer people starting their journey on really finding what they love, finding what they're excited to do every day, is to keep trying different things. And once you connect to that movement, you're going to notice the shift within yourself. So I think that's really one of the first steps you can do, is to just find movement that you love, regardless of how many calories it burns, how long you have to do it for, the results that you're trying to obtain from that thing, and really just connecting to that movement because you love it. And I think that's so important. And I think that's the first piece of disconnection that we have to our bodies, is being told that we can only do certain movements in order to achieve a certain result, and that is why we do it, right? And you become almost like a robot per se, of like, diet culture and the fitness industry says, do this workout for 76 days and hate every minute of it to achieve this result and look like the girls that are performing the movements, which is, and I'm not bashing any of these things. Like, if this is what you love, like if you love those workouts, then that's what you should do. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do those things. I'm just coming from a place of, I really didn't enjoy a lot of those things that I used to do. And when I found my kind of soul movement, or the movement that made me feel my best, that's when I could tell the difference. And so if you kind of feel that pull like I did, of like, this doesn't fill me up, this doesn't serve me, so connecting back to my body through yoga and through kayaking and through walking are the things that light me up and that I love and that I could do every day. So my first piece of advice to you is find that for yourself and keep trying different things. And that's the beauty of it too. I couldn't imagine if I never tried yoga, but there was a long time that I wouldn't try it. So just being open to stepping out of those comfort zones, and you might just find that thing that just changes your life and makes movement really enjoyable for you. So that was the first way. The second way we can connect back to our bodies is to meditate. And I know that's kind of like a scary word for some people, that I don't meditate. That's not for me. I can't do that. The beautiful thing, and the thing that often, like the stigma of meditation, is that it always has to be the traditional sense, which that is one of the ways, yes. And that is a beneficial way for some people, but not all people. And so the beautiful thing about meditation, and another way that I was allowed myself to come back to connecting to my body, was through meditation. And that's really just listening. It's listening to yourself, listening to your body, and becoming present. And that's a big thing of diet culture and the fitness industry, is taking away that you're always trying to push forward to the future. You're always trying to become that person that you're not now. And your worth only matters once you get to that destination. And so meditation is that practice of coming back to the present moment, connecting to your current body and your current, environment, and really being in that. So that could look like walking in nature and just being mindful of your senses, of what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you smell, what you feel. It could be just simply sitting in a chair, grounding your feet to the ground and breathing and just focusing on that breath. That could be a form of meditation for you. It could be, playing with meditation while you're eating. So if you're eating an apple per se, noticing the texture, that, connecting back to your senses once again. What does the apple taste like, smell like, feel like? What do you hear? Like, all these connection things is a form of meditation, and it's bringing you back to your body, to the present moment. And that's going to help you to just increase your awareness and your connection. which really is, we can only be living in this moment in right now. Like you listening to me, this is the moment we're in right now. Me talking to you, this is the moment I'm in right now. And not always focusing your energy and your attention to the future, or, I will be better at this once I'm successful and I have this many people in my community, or that I've helped this many people. I have to be in this moment right now and be grateful and be present and be connected to who I am in this moment. So that is another great way that we can connect back to our bodies. And then another thing we can do, which I've kind of touched on a little bit, is connecting back to our body's signals. And we do this through intuitive eating. So that's listening to your body, honoring your hunger and fullness cues, letting go of that shame and guilt and fear that you have always associated with food and eating, because that is another big thing that diet culture has really made us aware of, is that, we put all of our investment in listening to how much we should eat, how much, to the point of weighing our food, how long we should eat in between meals, what we should eat when we eat those meals, and that really disconnects us from our own body's sense of our body's pretty smart. Like our body is brilliant. And our body, once you start tuning into your own body and how your body feels, you're going to be able to eat more intuitively. You're going to be able to know when you're hungry and when you're full. You're going to be able to know what foods make you feel good and what foods make you feel bloated and unhappy. And not to say you're never going to eat those foods, because I know I have foods that make me not feel so well, but I will eat them from time to time because I do like them. And it's letting go of the shame and the guilt and the fear around that. And that's really what connecting back to your body feels like when you start to intuitive eat, is you just are in tune with your body and what your body needs, and you'll start to really notice the difference. So that is something that has been transformative for me more recently, is just really listening to my body and what it needs and what it doesn't need for eating. Somebody says good morning. Good morning, Facebook user. And then finally, one more little tip for you guys when we're talking about connecting back to our bodies is personal growth. Because when you connect back to your body, you're all of a sudden going to be maybe doing things that you never thought you could do. You might be becoming a person that you might never thought you could have been. Because as you connect back to your body, you're going to notice things like your confidence is going to shift. Your self-esteem is going to be boosted. And with that all becomes the acceptance and respect of your body too, right? After we've done all this work of connecting back to our bodies, we're going to all of a sudden feel really confident, and we're going to have a better self-esteem, and we're going to take care of ourselves better because we listen to our bodies, right? And so really with that, I really love thinking of it as we become the leader for our own life. We actually, speak our minds. We actually say what we feel. We're just more in tune with our surroundings and our environment and what makes us feel good and what makes us feel not so good. So the personal growth that you achieve by connecting back to your body, that comes kind of later on in the discovery of connecting back to yourself, but it's really something that I've noticed for myself, is that you all of a sudden step into your power and you shine your light and like all these things that you couldn't do before because you were disconnected. And so those are my little things, on my little ways that we can start to connect back to our bodies in order to feel a little bit better and a little more connected to our lives. And so I'm going to, well said, great advice, Corinne says. And Sharon says, voted, good luck. Awesome. So you guys, I hope that was helpful for you. And I hope, you can take some things away from this to start to bring that connection back to your own body. And that's all I had for you guys today. So once again, if you haven't joined my group is Self-Love at Any Size, Accept and Respect Your Body. We talk about this and more on more of a personal level and more of a level that's helping you to actually take those steps towards doing all these things. So we'd love to have you in there. And what else should we talk about? Yes, we'll talk about this. quickly. So if you guys are not familiar, I have a program called the Self-Love Revolution with Martina. This is my big program that really helps you to, allows you to go on this journey with me personally. You have me as your coach for life. We work on things like body image, mindful eating, mindful movement, our confidence. We do this through journaling, chakra healing, self-care, all these different things. This is all included in the program. There is so much included in here, and it's just going to help it's going to help you, empower you to accept and respect your body as we kind of go through this proven method that has transformed people's lives by disrupting diet culture and connecting back to our bodies. So if this sounds interesting to you, the program is 40% off right now. The link is in the description of the video, or you can message me to have a conversation. I would love to talk to you about this and help you move forward in your self-love journey. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have the best day. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Take care.